Dot School presents product of two binomials. A binomial is an algebraic expression with two terms. For example, 2x plus 1, 3p minus 5, x plus y, x squared plus 3y. These are all binomial expressions because on each one we have two terms separated by a plus or a minus sign. A binomial, like let's say 2x plus 1, is multiplied with another binomial, let's say 3x minus 2, by applying the method of FOIL, F-O-I-L. Now that's a short form for first, outer, inner, and last. Let me explain. We multiply the first term on the first expression with the first term on the second, and we call it first. So essentially for this one, it's going to be 2x times 3x. 2x multiplied with 3x, and that is equal to 6x squared. 2 times 3 is 6, and x times x is x squared. In the next step, we are going to multiply the outer term on the first one with the outer term on the inner one, and that is going to be 2x multiplied with negative 2, which is equal to negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. Let's keep that in mind, negative 4x. In algebra, signs are important, really important. Then we go on to multiply the inners, which means the inner term of the first expression with the inner term of the second expression. So this is essentially in this case 1 multiplied with 3x, and that is 3x. And finally the last term on the first one with the last term on the second one. So we have 1 times negative 2, which is negative 2. Once we are done with the first, outer, inner, last process, time for us to add them up. So the final answer is going to be the simplified form of 6x squared minus 4x plus 3x minus 2. These two are like terms, so we can combine them. So we have 6x squared minus 4x plus 3x is negative x or minus x minus 2. And this is the final answer when you multiply this binomial with this binomial. Let's try another one. Let's say this time we have a plus 2b. That's the first binomial expression times 2a minus 3b squared. And this is going to be equal to, let's apply the FOIL, first, outer, inner, and last. So the first with first, a with 2a. So we have a times 2a, outer with outer, a times negative 3b squared. So we have plus a times negative 3b squared. Inner with inner, so that we have plus 2b multiplied with 2a. And finally, last with last, which is plus 2b multiplied with, I'm just going to write this over here, minus 3b squared. Time for us to simplify. A times 2a is 2a squared. Then we have plus times a minus, so put a negative sign. A positive times a negative is always a negative. Minus 3ab squared, a positive times a positive. If you don't see a sign, it means a positive. So plus 2 times 2 is 4, b times a is ba, or let's write that down as ab. And then finally we see a positive times a negative, which turns it to a negative. 2 times 3 is 6, b times b squared is b raised to the third power. So this is the simplified form because we did not find any like terms we could combine. So this is going to be the answer when you multiply this binomial expression with this binomial expression. Let's try another one. Let's say we want to do x plus y and square of that, which essentially means x plus y being multiplied with itself. So x plus y times x plus y, a binomial times a binomial. So if you apply FOIL, this is going to be first times first, x times x, plus outers x times y, plus inners y times x, plus lasts y times y. X times x is nothing but x squared. Now if you look at x times y and y times x, they're essentially the same. X times y is the same as y times x. In multiplication, the order doesn't matter. It's called the commutative property of multiplication. So essentially we have a x times y plus another x times y, which combine to give 2 times x times y, also written as 2xy, plus y times y is y squared. So if you just get rid of these dots, they also indicate multiplication. 2xy means 2 times x times y. And this actually is a very important formula that you will come across in algebra over and over again. If you want to take the square of a binomial, it's going to be the square of the first term plus 2 times the product of the two terms, whatever the terms are, plus the square of the second term.